Well, good afternoon. My name is Kelly Joseph, and I'm the superintendent for our St. Helena Parish School District. Our community is at a loss right now. We are devastated. We're still trying to process what occurred on Tuesday. We ask for your prayers and welcome uplifting words of comfort as we sort out what has transpired in our school community. While we cannot share any specific details of this ongoing investigation, we can share that the incident occurred at the end of our normal school day. While our learners were being dismissed from their last block class, going to football or band practice, or boarding their buses to go home, gunshots rang out in the football stadium parking lot located on the south side of the school, where kids who drive to school park their cars. Administrators and teachers who were on duty at the back of the campus or east side of campus, where our bus loading zone is located, immediately sprang into action to get all the kids who were outside in a secure location. Out of respect for the families and the ongoing investigation by law enforcement, we are not releasing the names of the individuals involved in the incident at this time, and we will not do so until permission has been granted by the family. We have been in contact with the families, but as you can imagine, stating that they are going through a difficult time at this moment is an understatement. So once again, I am not sharing information about them or their children until given permission to do so. We are working alongside law enforcement's ongoing investigation and will share additional information once their investigation concludes. I ask for your patience and understanding as this investigation unfolds. We value transparency, and we also want to provide accurate information and avoid speculation and unfounded rumors. After consulting with our school board, we developed next steps that included our employees returning to work today to prepare for our learners and receive grief counseling. We also used this day to begin the investigation about the events that led up to the incident. We are interviewing staff and collecting information from them regarding that allegation and will pass it on to authorities once our investigation is complete. There's been a change to the return date of our learners. They will return on Tuesday of next week. After speaking with Dr. Alicia Cyprian, Chief Executive Officer for Southeast Community Health Systems, we made the decision to allow for more time for our employees to seek mental health support. The prayer service has also been pushed back to Tuesday. And mental health support will be available to all learners, and we will have additional police presence on our campuses on Tuesday. The balloon release that will still take place this Friday evening at 6 p.m. at the stadium in lieu of the football game that was canceled. It is natural for there to be some apprehension about returning to school. However, I want to ensure you that we work to keep our learners and employees safe every day. For example, thanks to the Stronger Connections grant provided by the Louisiana Department of Education, we recently installed a new digital sign-in system that tracks all visitors on our campuses. And we are in the process of upgrading our security cameras to the latest technology. We do not have a resource officer on our campuses, but we utilize the free Rave panic button system provided by the governor's office that alerts key personnel when unwanted activities occur during the school day. We formed a CAPS program last school year. CAPS stand for the Community Action to Protect Our Schools. These are volunteers from the community who we asked to come and monitor our hallways and serve as an additional layer of protection for our kids during the school day. Our classroom teachers have written protocols in our crisis response plan, and we have drills to prepare our learners for those various emergencies. To the St. Helena community, a senseless tragedy that we have seen on campuses around the nation struck here at home. What should have been a routine afternoon dismissal Tuesday at our school turned into a day that has shaken our close-knit community to its core. But we are strong, and as we mourn, we are also taking steps to bring our community together around ensuring the continued safety and well-being of our schools, our learners, and our employees. I'd like to thank everyone who offered their prayers, kind words, and support during this extremely difficult time. We have received an overwhelming number of calls, texts, and emails from people across the state and nation, sending their prayers and well wishes. We are all grateful for that. I'm grateful for the swift action of our employees and police officers who were there. I'm grateful for the outpouring of support from organizations like Southeast Community Health Systems, Southeastern University, and the Louisiana Department of Education, and surrounding parishes. I ask that you continue to uplift the families and our entire school community in prayer and remain patient as we go through this difficult time. At this time, I'd like for each member of the panel to come to the podium, introduce themselves, and say a few words. And we will begin with Dr. Cyprian.
Good afternoon. Southeast Community Health Systems, a federally qualified health center who has locations at each of the 3 freestanding schools in the district, as well as a freestanding clinic in this community, has worked alongside Superintendent Joseph, as well as with local agencies, some of which she has already identified, to provide mental health, crisis, and trauma services to this community. We have spent the morning with the employees. We'll spend tomorrow with the employees, working with them on protocols that they can use as they welcome learners back to school on Tuesday of next week. There is distress in the community, and we will work with them as long as needed to ensure, to the best of our ability, that their emotional and mental well-being is settled. We will also provide services on Saturday and Sunday at the freestanding clinic at 490 Sitman Street from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for both grief and trauma counseling services. No appointments are necessary, and they will be walk-in appointments for this community. Once the learners return on Tuesday, along with community partners, we will be on site to provide mental health services throughout the day. Southeast Community Health Systems also has licensed therapists employed throughout the school year who will continue to provide on-site services to students as well as to employees. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Chief Burst with the Greensboro Police Department. Through this tragic event, we're going to get through it. I'm going to continue to give our resources to the school and anything they need. We'll have officers there. Anything the school needs, we will provide. And hopefully we can get through this and move forward.
My name is Joe Cheney, Chief of Operation for the St Helena Parish Sheriff's Office. We're here today to let you know that it has been an awful tragedy in our parish. We're praying that God will strengthen this parish and strengthen our children, that they may be able to return to school. I want you to know that the investigation is still ongoing. There's a lot of unanswered questions that we are doing and interviewing individuals to throughout this investigation. So we just want you to know today that we are standing with the school. We are going to help provide security, scanners, metal detectors to make sure that our children are safe when they return to school. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sheriff Williams, Sheriff for the St Helena Parish Sheriff's Office. Yes, it's been a tragedy in our community, but we stand fast and ready and firm with the superintendent in getting through this. This too shall pass, but in the meantime, we are going to work diligently with state police, the detective division, and long-length the investigation. And next week sometime we will do a press with the DA's office and maybe we will have everything together. But right now, by dealing with juvenile, we wanted to hold back on everything. Don't want to handle the investigation, and just go day by day and get all the evidence, everything in place. Once we do that, the sheriff's office will release a press conference with all the news reporters. But at this time right now, we're standing here today with the superintendent and with the community. But later, maybe next week sometime, probably next week in the first part of the week, we will get with the 21st District, Scott Perlew, our assistant DAs, Richard McShann, and we will have another press conference giving y'all the whole, in the community, the whole draw out of the complete investigation.
My name is Joyce Porter. I serve as District 1 school board member. I'm here in support of our students and our superintendent and the community.
My name is Virginia Bell, Vice President of the School Board. And I want to first of all thank you all for coming so that you get the correct information and that information is disseminated correctly. That's so important when an event like this happens, that the correct information is put out to the community. So thank you all for coming. We support our superintendent, we support these law enforcements, and we're here for them throughout this process. Thank you.
Hello, my name is George Hughes. I'm a member of District 4, and I'm here in support of the superintendents and the sheriff's department and everybody else in this community. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Randy McKee. I serve as General Counsel to the St Helena Parish School Board. I'm here as a member of the team to offer support and guidance with Dr. Joseph and the school board, who I've enjoyed a great relationship with. And my message to the whole St. Helena community, students and parents, is to keep working together and to work hard and to continue to seek God's grace and guidance, which will be the only thing to get us through this particular event. Thank you.
All right, are there any questions at this time?
Can you all tell us exactly how the alleged suspect brought the gun on campus and where exactly did the gun come from, if you all can tell us?
We're gonna delay that information because the investigation is ongoing at this time.
Now, we know this is a small community and everyone pretty much knows everyone. Is there any concern of retaliation from either side in terms of families?
At this time, we haven't got any calls of any threats to any family that was involved in this tragedies. And the detective division and also state police we are monitoring the Facebook page. We are monitoring all social media and seeing what key players, if any, involved on this. But at this time, we haven't had any kind of retaliation yet.
Now, we were told this shooting was a cause of like bullying. Was the school aware of bullying? And if so, how long has it been going on? Were there any steps taken to address it? Or was this even reported?
All this is ongoing investigation, and we will release that at a later time.
I will back that up too. I mean, could this shooting have been preventable? Because I've been told that bullying is a huge issue in your high school because you guys combine the middle school with the high schoolers, and that's allowing the youngins to be with their older kids, and it's really creating a problem. So is this something that may have been prevented?
We don't know at this time. It's still an ongoing investigation. If it is, it should show in the investigation.
What are the exact charges that the alleged suspect will face, and do you all plan to charge that person as an adult as well?
I couldn't hear you, sir.
Can you tell us the charges that the suspect will face, and do you all plan to charge that person as an adult?
It's an ongoing investigation, but it looks like the charge is going to be for second-degree murder. It's going to be aggravated second-degree murder, battery, aggravated battery, and also contain a firearm on the school campus.
And will he be charged as an adult?
That's going to be the 21st Judicial under Scott Perlew.
Do you know when the juvenile will go before a judge?
I couldn't hear you, ma'am.
Do you know when the juvenile will go before a judge?
He had a 72-hour hearing this morning.
How are the other two students doing? The other two students that were injured?
We haven't heard from the hospital yet on the other victim at this time, but the detective division is working closely with them. But there was a 72-hour hearing this morning for the juvenile.
You mentioned protocols in the school for, I guess, incidents or training that you may have done for school shooting. Will those implemented or acted upon for this event?
That's going to be a question for the superintendent.
Yes, our normal dismissal lasts between 15 to 20 minutes. So within that time, yes, our teachers who were on duty, they sprung into action and did exactly what they needed to do in order to get our kids in a safe location.
Now, we spoke with some parents, and they said there were concerns because they didn't get any type of notification, automated message, or email. What steps were taken to notify the families in the community and the parents of those students that attend school?
Right. So there was a lot going on within that short amount of time. And when the police officers arrived on campus, our staff went into action and we were assisting and making sure that the area was secure. Once we got to a point where we were able to notify the community, we did so.
And how was that done? Was it via email?
We did it through our social media and also through, we can text message all of our community, yes.
Will you all now plan to have an SRO at the school now following what recently just happened?
We are absolutely working on that. It would be, I believe, to our best interest if we did have one. But like I said, we're going to work with the Sheriff's Department to definitely work on that.
How does this community start to heal? How do you start that healing process?
Well, it starts with having relationships with Southeast Community Health Systems and other organizations that will provide mental health services to all of our employees and also our our learners and their families. And so we're very grateful to have that support from them. Like we said, today was the day that our employees returned, and they all day today are receiving the mental health services. And as a result of today, recognize that we do need to push the date of the school back to give our employees more time to process all what has happened.
And going forward, how will you guys address bullying in your schools?
So we already have protocols to address bullying. And you also have to understand that bullying doesn't just occur at school. Bullying can also occur within the community. And with social media and all of the other avenues in which kids can communicate with each other, a lot of times schools are caught off guard. And I would say that that could be a situation here, and it happens a lot, where our kids, communicate via social media. And they have all of these back and forth conversations and all kinds of things happening. And when they come to school, all of our employees are caught off guard because we are not aware, unless someone signals to an employee that, hey, look, something is happening. But we do have protocols in place, and we do take those protocols seriously, and we do what is necessary to ensure that our kids are safe on campus every day.
Is there any advice to students or parents who have kids that are dealing with bullying moving forward, some advice or some tips that they can use to prevent a situation like this?
Well, the first thing they need to do is let us know. A lot of times kids endure that type of situation and they don't notify an employee, they don't notify an adult. So they keep that within themselves and they just handle it or, react in the ways that they react. So my advice to kids and to parents and to anybody listening is to, notify someone, let someone know what's going on. And if that person isn't doing anything, then notify someone else. But we have got to be aware and got to be notified when things like this occur. Any other questions? All right. Thank you all very much.